Topic 4. Who is this game made for? Every simplification,
Who is this game made for?
every deletion of a system, every dumbing down of an interesting mechanic has always been seen as making the game more approachable. My question is, with this never-ending crusade of making the game easy—
There is no never-ending crusade. I'm sorry, but like, who are you? Why do you think this is like a personal mission of Square Enix to ruin the game for you? Or everyone. This is literally all the government is like doing this and that and controlling us.
Easier and easier without ever expanding the available content or adding on to the existing gameplay formula.
Dude, I see this and I see this I haven't done this boss and I see that it has a 1 HP and then a Doom debuff and you need to like heal it all the way out. I don't want to do it. Let me rewatch.
Never-ending crusade of making the game easier and easier without ever expanding the available content or adding on to—
How are they not expanding the
existing gameplay formula? What is the end goal for Final Fantasy XIV? Everything I loved about the game has either been removed or dumbed down to the point of being menial. As someone who got into the game for the unique class design and amazing raid encounters, I've had to sit and watch as all the interest in class design was—
Okay, the raid encounters are still amazing though. I don't know, like, if anything, I feel like they got more spectacular, kind of. It's like, okay, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about the—
He's talking about class design.
Okay,
well— whittled away, making every class dull and homogenized. I've had to sit and watch as all the creativity and raid design slowly evaporated into a mishmash of reusing the exact same mechanics for years on end. And if the trend continues, at some point, your favorite features will end up being dumbed down or deleted. So what is the end goal here? Who is the game made for? Cat moms who play 1 hour a month and
I saw this. Oh, I saw this.
And that entire time crying because the pixels on the screen said a sad word?
Okay, dude. You are fucking this
Leveling roulette?
Okay, no, this upsets me on a different level, right? Like, we can talk about class balance and like encounters and everything. As a non-cat mom, I have a cat plushie. Maybe I do qualify, but as a—
let him finish the section and you can sum up because
cat moms who play 1 hour a month and spend that entire time crying because the pixels on the screen said a sad word? Leveling roulette mains who spend the entire expansion leveling classes that they will have no use for at max level? Roleplay mains who don't even do any content at all and spend their sub—
Who do no content on— Do you see this? You see the vibes here? Have you seen this? Dude, look at this guy. He's vibing. Dude, he's having the best time. Oh my god, imagine we have fun. Dude, that's insane. Imagine this guy has fun. No, we can't have that. No. Oh my god, do you enjoy the game by going to like RP venues and like legitimately having DJs play for you in game on Twitch? Like, that's crazy. Look at this guy vibing. We can't have that. No, why would we? This is so stupid. Dude, imagine having fun in a game. Imagine role-playing in a role-playing game. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Imagine crying about the sad story because it's fucking sad. Imagine. That's insane.
Dancing at player-made clubs? Look, I'm not trying to shit on those—
player-made clubs? Why would we have player-made clubs, dude? They give us housing. Why would we make a house in the housing system? Why would we have a house? Why would we use that? You know the houses have a little like placard and you can put your like little thingies on there that say like, oh, it's a roleplay venue, or you can literally put like, oh, it's immersive. It's for role-playing. Oh, it's this and that. It's a cafe. Oh, you know how you can do that? Imagine if we actually did that and used the system to have fun.
No. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Just let him finish the three next words.
No, I can't.
But if that's who the game is targeting, then why even bother making high-end raids? Why even bother adding new classes to the game?
Yeah,
why
you're
even
right.
Bother with anything?
Why bother with anything? Why does this game even exist, dude?
The point I'm trying to make—
Oh, you're not trying to make any point. What is your point you're trying to make? Tell me.
On top of catering to the cat moms, the leveling roulette mains, and RP enjoyers, the game used to cater to everyone.
It used to cater— Dude, what the fuck? Dude, this video is not real. Dude, this video is not real. Wait, what are you saying? Oh my god.
It used to cater to the high-end raid enjoyers who wanted in-depth class design to master and theorize—
You're a fucking it. You're literally getting that. You got 2 ultimates. If you had just played. Okay, I need to. Okay, I'm hugging a tree. I'm in nature. I'm a Disney princess. Yeah. So. So anyway,
I can't hear you on Discord anymore. I think it broke.
I don't know. Yeah, but it probably broke because I was screaming too loud. Are we good? We're good. I think you can hear me, right?
Yeah. But yes, anyway, he says he's about to say, I don't mean to shit on these people, but isn't that what he just did?
Did he literally? He said we're not getting any high-end raid stuff, right? And then he didn't even play the latest 2 ultimates, which are literally like the hardest of the hardest thing that they've added, and people were going insane about that.
How to maximize on a fight-by-fight basis. It used to cater to the mid-core, semi-invested players who wanted a
Okay, we can argue about mid-core.
goal to chase with relic weapons. It used to
Huh? Why are relic weapons mid-core? What are you saying?
high-end raid enjoyers who wanted in-depth
He just
class
called
design
mid-core.
What?
to master and theorize how to maximize on a fight-by-fight basis. It used to cater to the mid-core, semi-invested players who
To the mid-core, semi-invested players.
wanted a goal to chase with relic weapons.
I don't know what I don't even understand him. Who wanted something the relic weapons? What? The semi-invested. If you do relic weapons, you are not semi-invested. People who do relic weapons are not semi-invested. People who do relic weapons fucking hate themselves, and they play the game day in and out, and they play the game, they play nothing but the game, and they spend so much. Has he gotten any relic weapon? Especially like the earlier ones, especially Realm Reborn, Heaven Sword, right? If you do relic weapons, you are invested in the game in ways that like rarely other players are, because you have to like do so many steps, and you have to go through so much and farm so much. And hate yourself. The fucking books, yeah. Relic weapons are super investment. I did 1 relic weapon, never again. Yeah, see? It's like, what? What do you mean? What? He liked the game back when it was a WoW copy. Oh, the WoW copy. Oh, no. Oh, God. People doing current relic weapons nowadays do roulette for tomes. Oh, yeah, but he's literally saying, see, that's the thing. Current relic weapons are for people that are less invested, right? Because you don't need to do this whole step that is like very specific stuff that you need to grind, right, to get this stuff done. That is high investment. And now it is less investment, which you can think about that what you want, but he's saying it used to cater to people with less investment, right? Right, you're following. It used to cater with people that have less investment, that didn't want to do like hardcore stuff, right? That wanted to do like semi-mid content with the relic weapons. But relic weapons were not low investment. Relic weapons were much higher investment. Now relic weapons are more accessible to people because you can literally just farm it like passively so easily, right? And that's a whole discussion in itself. But he or did I mishear? No, he literally said
is that on to everyone. It used to cater to the high-end raid enjoyers who wanted in-depth class design to master and theorize how to maximize on a fight-by-fight basis. It used to cater to the mid-core, semi-invested players who wanted a goal to chase with relic weapons.
They wanted a goal to chase with relic weapons. The mid-core invested players that wanted a like goal to chase for relic weapons. It's still a goal to chase for relic weapons. Like you still need to play the game actively, right? It's not like they just give it to you. It's just more accessible now, and it's easier, and it's more passive, and it's not as like stupidly like specific with what you have to grind, right? And you can think about that is technically a downgrade, yes, but I don't mind it because I don't want to farm the specific shit that they want you to farm in A Realm Reborn. I'm gonna be honest. Like, okay, but that is a different discussion. But his argument, like this video is full of like inconsistencies where he says one thing and then immediately another, and it doesn't even add up. Like, I don't even know what his opinion is other than, oh, I want to shit on the game. Right? Because his points don't add up, they don't make sense. He's contradicting himself in what he says. Because you'd argue now that now it's for like the mid-core players that don't want to invest a lot of time, but they still want a goal to chase, right? Then that is for you because you can play the game and just kind of farm passively and you're still chasing a goal somewhat because you do need to do the quests for it. You do need to do, you do need to do the Manderville quest for it, which by the way is a thing you need to do since A Realm Reborn, so you kind of need to want it, but you can farm it passively. So really, it's honestly in a comfortable spot, I would say, where you have to dedicate time to it if you want to get them fast, or you have to dedicate your tomestones to it. Which there's other ways to dedicate to use your tomestones. So you have to actually know and go out of your way to spend your tomestones on the relic weapons, and then do those steps, right? So you need to know how many you need. You need to know what you want, and all of that. So it's like it just feels like it's conflicting, right? Like it's just like, what, like I don't know. Also, Yuka, hello. I farm my first weapon at the moment. Your first Manderville weapon. I hope it's going well. Yeah. Or is it A Realm Reborn or something? Is it something horrible, or is it like semi acceptable? He's saying he wishes it was like, wow, this class customizability. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm capped. I don't think I am, actually. I'm not capped. I don't think I am. Just did my relic weapon on NA the other day and started farming 3 crystals each because I had that in mind. Oh my god, the trauma. The trauma. Mid-core players are playing the game for glam, for RP. I think I had a nice discussion about this on Twitter, actually. What is mid-core? What is hardcore? I had a really good input, and I don't want to have this whole conversation again, but I will talk about this input real quick because I really liked it. Someone said that mid-core or hardcore isn't really a content, like a strong specific content classification. It is more about the player base, who does content and in what way and how they do it, because it is kind of hard to just say this thing is hardcore and this thing is midcore, or this thing is casual, whatever, right? Because the lines often blur. They blur so much that I think some alliance raid mechanics are harder than some current extreme mechanics, right? I know some of the current extremes, they're literally easier than some of the alliance raids, right? So I think it blurs, and it's like calling extremes, what do we want to call it? Midcore, hardcore, like what is it? And obviously we have these specific names for content, like it's an ultimate, it's an extreme, it's a hard dungeon, it's a normal one, right? So obviously they're putting, or an ultimate, right? They're putting these classifications on there to have some sort of, step up. This is a step up from there, and this is a step up from there. But in the end, it's more about, what do you consider yourself as a player? Do you consider yourself like a hardcore player that loves raiding and like puts so many hours into raiding and like does world first races? Then you're like a hardcore player, right? You're a very dedicated player, whatever you want to call it in the end. And then if you're like a more mid-core casual player, well, then you probably enjoy, glamming, and you just want to go through the main story quest, and you want to make, you want to make a house, like decorate your house, you want to maybe make an RP venue, you want to chill with people, right? And again, the game caters to all of these people. It does this because we have the current ultimates that are very, very, very challenging. engaging. And we have the Island Sanctuary, which we all got in Endwalker, which is super chill, and you can just do, you can just do all the chill stuff there. You can do housing, you can do glams, you can do everything. And obviously, the easier stuff, the more casual stuff needs to be more accessible for the people that like casual stuff more and easier stuff more, and that just want to go through the story, like the crying cat moms that want to go through the story and they don't do raiding. And like he says it in like a condescending tone, but it's like, yeah, those players exist. The players that do the story and that are really caught up with the story and they love the story and everything and they enjoy it, and that's a good thing, that's a great thing. And they're not into raiding. Maybe they don't even want to play the game for anything else. They just want to hang out and then play it sometimes and do the story when it's out and then, go back to whatever. Like, that's fine. Right? And it's like the game does an amazing job of catering to all these people, and it's like we get everything, we still get every content. Literally this expansion, we got all of this content. And like the chill content, like the very opposite ends of the spectrum. So what is the What right? What's the criticism? I don't get it. Doing ultimates once a week for 2 hours with the boys over beer, that's casual. Doing it 4 times a week, 4 hours, 5 hours with everything optimized, that's hardcore. Yeah, exactly, right? Right? That is the thing. You can be a casual player and try hardcore content, I guess, or like try ultimate content, right? I'm farming the Artemis bow. I don't know yet if it's horrible. Oh, I don't know either. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. It's called a name. I don't know. I haven't heard of it, but I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure everything will be fine. There's no way that it's a grind, right? You're gonna be fine. Name your next stream mid-core player. Yeah, hardcore means to me like the level of investment. Exactly, right? It's on a per player. And I thought this input was so good because I was thinking about the whole discussion and I was like posting that I think, depending on your experience and how you define this content, it's different. And then someone said, well, it's really not about the content. It's more about the players and their perception. And I was like, wow, that's actually amazing. Yeah, I think that is a very good way to put it. And that's a very good way to think about it. And yeah, sure, some people is made for the people who are really invested. Exactly, but like me, I like Savage raids, but I'm not hardcore in the slightest. To me, Savage is hardcore. To an ultimate raider, it's not. Yeah. Doing ultimates once a week for 2 hours. Yeah, I read that. Casual, but I enjoy AX trials, but Savage is too much. Yeah. See, and everyone has kind of their own stuff that they're willing to do, that they want to do, because, well, lo and behold, people are different and people have different preferences and they're willing to do different stuff. And some people like Island Sanctuary and some people don't. And some people like Island Sanctuary and ultimate raids and some people like neither of those things, right? So, Island Sanctuary, that stuff is hardcore. That's true. That is the most hardcore. No, the most hardcore is actually getting a house at this point, like the housing lottery, but Island Sanctuary is all fun and games till you parse your efficiency in collecting. Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with cat moms? Yeah, they're like what makes the community like FC so cozy and feel like home. Yeah, I honestly, it's said in such a condescending tone. I do not vibe with this whatsoever. Yeah. Fuck this guy, I'm mad now. Yeah, I can't. Oh, it's the Realm Reborn weapon. Okay, yeah, I have done one Realm Reborn weapon, and that was enough for like a little while. That was enough. I'm good. I just did Basha though. Like I finished doing everything that you need to do in Basha that you can like do as a one-time grind, I guess. So that's nice. So now I'm done with that, and then eventually I know I'll get back into Realm Reborn weapons, but today is not the day. Let's see.
It used to cater to people who actually wanted a game to get invested in and master.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to get invested in the game and master it
Top
anymore.
of the new players, the casuals, and Twitter spamming Graha TSM.
Well, how dare you call this person out, dude? That is the cutest shit ever. And like they used freaking are they using anything to make him do these emotes? I think so, right? That is so cute. What are you talking about, dude? You took this from January 29, 2022. What the fuck? Did you have this on hold? What happened? What When did this video come out? What? Dude.
But it's not that way anymore. And I just don't know who the target audience is for this game.
Well, you're not it. I can tell you that. You're not it. And we don't claim you as the community.
I don't know if Square Enix just wants you to simply...
Is this wallpaper, dude? Wait, he bookmarked it in 2022. But can you see that you didn't need that? It wasn't actually bookmarked, right? But he had to, right? Well, how is he getting this one?
Coming back once every 4 months to complete all the new content in 4 hours and go, oh, that was cool, I guess. And then log out for 4 more months. It doesn't
so what?
seem that way with how slow the gearing up process takes, or the hooks they have to keep.
How slow the gearing up process takes. Now, I'm not, you know, but okay.
Keep you resubbing with things like the auto demolition timer for housing, where you can't take a break longer than 45 days. But if they want to...
Okay, so you're comparing like daily login or the keeping up with everything of like, I don't know, whatever other MMORPG, let's say WoW, let's make it a WoW comparison again. I'm pretty sure that WoW, it like needs you to log in like much more regularly than 45 days. And then, oh my god, for housing, so you lose your house. If you have a house and you actually are interested in keeping it and you like the game so much that you want to hang out in a house, I can guarantee you already log in more than 45 days, like every 45 days, right? So you want to keep this house because obviously it's a home for you. It's literally a home for you that you want to keep up, that you want to stay in. Like, a house has no value. Like, let's think about it. What does a house in Final Fantasy XIV do? What does it give you? Does it give you any stat boosts or anything? Does it do anything for you? Can you, like, what can you do with a house in Final Fantasy IV? It's a bunch of pixels. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. We're all going to die anyway. And it's like, you literally just have this because you enjoy housing. You want a place to decorate, okay? To call your home, maybe make it a venue, whatever, right? To hang out there with people. If you're that invested into a game that you want to spend your time doing such a like mundane task in this video game, then you are already so invested that you are probably willing to log in more than like every 45 days, right? So it is literally catered to the people that think Final Fantasy XIV is their home, that want to spend time there and dedicate their time to having this virtual home and having upkeep of it. And I think 45 days is not a lot. And that is the only thing you literally have. The only timer you could literally have that needs you to log in. Right? And that's 45 days. And also, they pause it whenever there's like a big event going on in the world that people, you know, that makes people maybe not able to attend. So they are super, super, super kind with this. They are very kind with this, and they know what's going on. They listen to what is happening in the world. They know that their players, you know, come from places where it's difficult to maybe log in and whatever, right? So then they pause the timer. And it's like, well, that is the only timer you have. And again, it's made for the people that are probably already like living in the game. And I'm not saying this as like, you know, as a derogatory thing. And how it's like I explained, you are willing to spend your time and you're willing to be casual in the game and do things that seem more mundane than, you know, ultimate rating or just showing up for the static and, you know, doing your things and all of that, right? And it's crazy to me because there's no way he doesn't realize that him bringing up this timer as the only thing is so wrong on so many levels. And it's like everything else. It's like, what is this argument? You're talking about people that have housing for a reason, right? It's not like everyone has a house and you need to, like, you have a house even if you don't want one, and you need to, like, keep it and need to log in every 45 days. If you don't want to play the game, then, well, then you just let your house run out. Or, like, I don't know, or you have an FC house and people log in and you're not, like, the leader, whatever the hell, right? And you can get around, or you let it run out because then you don't want to play the game anymore, and that's fine. There are people who don't have a house. How come? Skill issue, I think. I think it's a skill issue, yeah. Yeah. I decorate my apartment. Haven't been in there since. Aw, yeah. Why does he even care about housing anyways? Didn't he make fun of our peers? Yeah! Literally like half a minute ago,
to
but...
continue playing week after week, paying our monthly $15 entry fee.
Then don't fucking play, but you can literally cancel. You can literally cancel every month and just get it back. You still have your account and you can just get it back. And they literally tell you, Yoshi P literally said, don't pay your sub if you don't play the game. Go play a different game. Go touch some grass. Do whatever. That is originally what he said, right? Go touch some grass and don't play the game because they don't make you, like, what content in the game? Like, except from, you know, literally raiding in a current tier, but then you're invested anyway if you want to do that. What content in the game makes you log in daily so you can keep up to do the most basic things like story? Nothing. Right? If you're invested enough in raiding, then you're already invested enough to, you know, get the gear that you need. Because you can get that via the ways you get that, right? And then you invest enough to get it and farm the gear and do the tier, and then you're already into raiding. So then you want to get best in slot to do raiding and possibly do the ultimate. Well, then you're already a raider and you're already invested enough in the game to do that, and you're willing to do that. Because you wouldn't even start this whole process if you weren't already invested and interested in this. And the same thing is like other way around. If you just want to do the main story quest, well, then you don't have to do all of this because you can just get the gear from the main story quest or the current dungeons with very easy content, right? Or you can just get it off the market board if you're rich, right? And or you can have your e-girl crafted for you, I guess. I don't know, right? And you can just get it by really easy means, and you don't need to do the current raid tier to get the current gear to then be able to do main story quest or some shit, right? So these things are so disconnected. You can just choose whatever you want to do. Or you can just log in to do Island Sanctuary. Okay, I guess you need to do the main story for that because, you know. But it's like you can just do the casual stuff and then be done with it. And you don't need to log in to, like, keep up with anything. Except the housing timer, but what the fuck is that argument?
Then why are they removing all of the interest and challenge for players who do spend a large amount of time playing the game?
They're not. I spend a shit ton of time. I literally live in this game, and every time I feel burned out, I still log the fuck in, or I'm bored, I still log in, I still do something, and I have fun, and I do everything from housing to glams to Island Sanctuary to Savage raids to Ultimate raids to everything, right? And I have fun, and it's all amazing, and it's all good, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I don't feel pressure to do anything. I don't feel like I'm not getting enough in any of these aspects, and if I wanted more, I could get more, and if I wanted more, I would go into top, and I would fucking, like, hate myself in there, right? And so I would do that, and then I would probably be okay with that, and it would probably be enough, and it would probably be challenging enough. But then again, that is also my personal opinion. I get if someone is here and is like, yeah, top is not difficult enough. Good for you. You're crazy, but good for you, right? And yeah. Huh? I'm a hardcore science. I'm a hardcore ERPer.
To the idea that making everything easier and simpler ends up keeping new players invested for longer. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I think expanding the available content, keeping a high skill ceiling for players to master, and constantly...
I'm not listening. I was not listening. I was looking at how he did this mechanic. I need to stop, okay?
Keeping new players invested for longer. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I think expanding the available content, keeping a high skill ceiling for players to master, and constantly creating unique encounters to genuinely challenge your gameplay ability gives players a reason to play the game more than the required 4 hours a patch.
But it's
I
literally
used to think that all the simplification to class design would mean players would have an easier time getting better at the game, so they could tackle harder content.
Yeah, and what did you realize?
But, as I'm sure all of you know, even in FF's easiest state of all time, people in roulettes are still terrible at their classes.
Okay, so you just hate people, and you just hate the game. I figured it out. I figured it out. He just hates people, and he hates the game. He does the mechanic by standing still. and letting it resolve, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. He's right. This is his gameplay, right? This is Lynx's gameplay. And clearly he's doing mechanics, right? Can't get bored if I stand still and let it resolve. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, game too. Is he seriously saying game too easy? Apparently, yeah. Yeah, apparently. He does the mechanic best 4 hours a patch. How fast is he clearing? So I think for main story quest we needed like 4 to 5 hours though, right? I think we didn't need that much, but it's like that was literally just main story quest. And yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know how long it's laid out to take. If you want more challenge, then wear minimum item level, use no echo, try pausing literally anything. Yeah, right? Casuals are bad. How come they don't play for hours a day to perfect their class? Yeah, that. It's like, how come people in roulettes are worse than people that do ultimates? What's your point? People in roulettes are terrible at their class. People in roulettes are leveling jobs they haven't played much. What do you expect? Exactly! And people in roulettes are probably in roulettes because that is the content that they do. They're probably doing their dailies. You know what are called dailies? Because that's what the mid-core people do daily, right? They do that daily to get their tomestones, their weekly tomestones, right? That they, by the way, can get and don't have to get. And they do them, or they level a class, as you said, Frost. So, you know, they do these because they're doing this as casual content. That is like the thing that they do every day and that they enjoy doing instead of ultimates or savage raids. What a surprise. And then you run into people in roulettes that maybe aren't crazy at their job or that aren't too familiar with the game and that won't be at the level that you are as an ultimate raider. What a surprise. And this is stupid. It's like, yeah, with all of this, even if they dump down the classes or whatever, how come people are still bad at their class? Huh? Yeah, well, surprise, there's people that are generally worse and better at their game anyway, right? And it's like, yeah, well, you're saying they're doing roulettes. So, they're doing roulettes. You know that they're not doing ultimates, right? Like, and also there's bad people in ultimates too. That is also a thing. Obviously, it's not like this is like a problem that the game has. This is just a thing that'll always happen in every game. Huh? What the hell? He says basically get good. Yeah, kind of. It feels like that, right? I mean, I hate the tanks to pull wall to wall and don't admit to, but I wouldn't say they're the reason Final Fantasy XIV is bad. Exactly, it's not a problem of the game, right? It's not the game's problem, and it's not the problem of them making classes more accessible. Definitely not. Or like them making classes more accessible and still, you know, still people are bad. Yeah, well, you could have surprise. There's actually really stupid people in the world, and they couldn't play the video game. They wouldn't even know how to like open a browser window, right? That doesn't even mean that they're stupid. It just means that they're not familiar with the internet and the you know and like, you know, PCs and whatever, and they can't do that. Surprise. And there's people learning how MMOs work and whatever purely like from the start, and there's people that have lower and higher skills. There's insane players, right, that are just good at everything naturally, basically, and there's just different kinds of people. Does that mean we shouldn't make the game more accessible to people because it's getting more difficult on a higher level? No, absolutely not, right? Then there's me, level 60 bar, and still don't really know what I'm doing. See, that's the thing, and you're getting used to it. And that is so normal, and that is like, and you're the type of person that they are trying to help, right? And they're making it easier for you to get through all of this. And they, you know, they're shortening like stories, like for example in Realm Reborn, and they're doing all of this for you, and you know, and it's a good thing, I would say. If you're new, the less overwhelming the game is, especially in an MMO, the better it is. The easier it is to get used to the basics, to then go on to do the harder stuff, the better. Because you're not gonna want the complexity of ultimate raids and all your abilities at 90. You're not gonna want this as a starting player, especially if you're new to, like, you know, gaming in general or MMOs in general, right? Or Final Fantasy, right? Huh? He plays Warrior? Yeah. Alright, okay.
People in party finder groups are still
There's 14 seconds left, streamer. Have you looked at this thing? Can you count? Dude, can you count, Sai? Huh? Oh. Oh. It's okay.
floor
It's
magnets
fine.
that do
I can't count either.
1D.
I can't even count to 8. You did well.
Yes.
You did well.
And again, I'm not trying to shit on these people. My point is that if someone
I'm not
doesn't
trying
have
to
an
shit on these
interest,
people.
still terrible at their
What was it? Cat mom that cries when she sees a sad thing?
classes. People in party finder groups are still floor magnets that do 1 DPS.
Floor
and again, I'm
magnets
not
that do
trying to
1
shit on these
DPS.
people.
I'm not trying to
My
shit on these
point is that if
people. My
someone
point is-
doesn't have an interest in taking that step into the world of playing well and learning to optimize,
Then what?
They just won't. No
Then they just won't. Yeah. What's your point?
amount of simplification, homogenization, and dumbing down or deletion of systems is going to make Johnny Two Fingers become
Oh my god.
a good player.
Do you get how
makes the
this
game
works?
less interesting and fun for those of us who want to spend
No, this is literally the thing. If people don't want to do this content, they don't do if they don't want to do ultimates, they don't do ultimates, and they don't get into all the optimization that goes into doing raiding. And you still have so much, again, like you learn so much when you go from casual play to raiding regularly and doing ultimates or savages. That is such a step up. Does he know that that's a step up? Does he know? Has he been playing like he's playing El Realm Reborn in Ultimates? Because this is crazy to me. Because, like, there is such a step up still. If you're a casual player and then you go into Ultimate rating or Savage rating, there's going to be much more to look out for. It's so different. It is so different from normal content, a normal dungeon and Ultimate. It's so different. And if you don't want to do this, then yes, you're not going to play it. You're not going to do it. And you know what the dumbing down of classes, you know what the simplification of classes does? It helps people getting through the newest content on level 90 without it being like, 50 abilities on their hotbar that are difficult, and it makes it easier to, and all the mechanics having kind of the same tells and everything with, like, you have to stack markers and everything. That makes it easier for casual players, which a lot of the player base is, to get through this as the game is getting more complex with higher levels, more difficult dungeons, more abilities, more complexity to the classes themselves. It makes it easier. And then if you want to look into the hardcore rating, you have a range again. You have the old ultimates, and you have like Uwu, for example, which is an easy ultimate, okay? And then you have something like the recent you have top, right? That is super difficult. And I've talked to someone, right, saying, oh, if you want to do top day 1, you basically need to have like purple golden parses, and a purple golden parse in like DSR or whatever, or current savage, I think it was, is a gray parse in top. That is how crazy it apparently is, and I don't know this because, again, I haven't done it, but it's like, if it's this crazy, then believe me, there's so much for you to learn as an ultimate raider or as a starting ultimate raider, and the skill ceiling is so high, and you can always learn, and I promise you, you never stop learning. This rant, what this guy is saying is basically, I am too good for the game, I can't learn anything else anymore, I have learned everything my class has to offer, it is super easy, there is nothing for me to do anymore. All mechanics are the same. There's nothing new. I know everything immediately. There's no new mechanics that I could learn. I am basically at the top of the skill ceiling because the game is so easy and everything is so dumbed down. And I can guarantee you this guy has not learned everything they can. I can guarantee you this guy is not the best player in the world, and I can guarantee you there is so much more he could learn, and there's so much more he could do, and he hasn't even done the recent ultimates. And it's like, well, right? It's like, what is happening, right? What if you delete his account so nobody can check his FF logs? Dude, you might have a point. But yeah, it's crazy to me because, yeah, this is coming from a person with this perspective of stand there, let the mechanic resolve, there's nothing else to do, Everything is way too easy. You're dumbing it down. No one wants to play your game anymore because it's too easy and there's no complexity to the jobs anymore. I promise you that is not true. I promise you even the best players still make mistakes. They still need to figure out the new fights, how to fit everything in there, how to do the rotations optimally, and playing a fight optimally is basically impossible. It's basically impossible with all the movement, all the mechanics, all the RNG going on in which mechanics you have to resolve, right? And how you have to resolve them with your whatever the hell, right? With your freaking mana tick, right? You literally, there is almost no way you can play something optimally. And then crits! Just think about the crits, the crits RNG. Like, if you're really just going for straight up numbers and like looking at the logs and everything, just think about that. If you want to be the top player on that list, right, then you have to rely on crits and everything and just not getting the dumb mechanics that you need to do and not moving and being in perfect position all the time and everything. And that is just like nearly impossible. And I can guarantee you this guy is not near that. It's just like, what is the argument of this guy other than, oh, I'm so good, I'm so much better than everyone, and you're all just dumb and it's all stupid and whatever. Crazy. People are saying that ESO is being dumped down too. ESO player base is dumped down. I used to always miss tank busters in dungeons, not if that matters. The tiny damage, yeah. Now I see the big red alert and I still miss it, but I know what it is. Yeah. I don't get it. It's like, if you are an ultimate raider anyway, why do you care so much about the content being easier because again, he should know, right? He should know that there's a super high skill ceiling if you want to play your class optimally, and for every fight it's different, and you have to play every fight different because of all the mechanics that are going on. He should know this, and he should know that in the end, the classes being kind of dumbed down doesn't really matter, because if you really want to be a parse slave, then, well, you need to do so much for that as well. It's like, why does it matter to you if the class is being if it's being made easier, or even what his other argument was, mechanics, right? Why do you care about the mechanics being easier? They're not going to get easy in ultimates. Ultimates are still ultimates, and if anything, they've been getting more difficult. Again, crazy.
A little more time on the game and get a little more invested. And this is the crux of everything I've said. The path Final Fantasy XIV has been going down does not tangibly improve the game for new players, because eventually they too will become veterans and reach—
Oh my god, yeah, in years? In 5 years or whatever, I'm here and I don't even feel like a veteran. I'm not a veteran. I've been here, and it's I've been playing the game such, and I've been doing all this content, and I'm not nearly running out on it, and there's so much time.
Become fucking veteran players if they hit the wall because the game's too hard.
Exactly, right? If they play the game for longer, then they play the game for longer because they can do that, because the content is more accessible for them. Are you saying that is bad? What?
Reach a point where there is no more challenge or interest in the game for them.
Did he list his own words? No. Did I rewind? No, I don't think so. Not this time. Is he just repeating the same shit? He's just repeating the same shit. Ooh. Ooh. Hi, friend. How are you? Need to know about ESO. I was legit thinking about playing it. I have no idea about ESO. DPS complained that I wasn't healing. I stopped healing after 3 seconds, and Dumbass died because he didn't know how to move out of the damage. Why aren't you healing me? Because your Dumbass is around the corner. Oh no. I'm a veteran and I'm still here. Yeah. Yeah, it's it's crazy. And then his argument is so invalid. He's yeah, it's not working out if you get new players in. And it's not going to work to make it easier for new players to go in, because they're going to be veterans at some point. I'm yeah, and at that point they have been playing for 10 years and paying the company for 10 years. So then you have successfully made the game accessible for them so that they spend money to play the game for a long period of time. Like, wow, that's so bad that they do. And then they're veterans, and then what? And then new players come in, and then they enjoy the game, right? And then they become veterans, and maybe then they don't enjoy the game anymore, but they've played the game for a significant amount of time. It takes years to become a veteran player. Exactly, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Only 4 days to Final FanFest? Yes, yes. Getting more info on the stupid freaking game. Oh, Fran, can I refund that change model and you can use it sometime else, because we're about to like end. I'm about to end. I started stream super early today, and I'm gonna do that some other time, because it wouldn't be worth it, I think, for now. It's like max like 15 minutes probably. So yeah. Combat is, so combat is he's literally incapable of looking at things from any point of view. Yeah, from not even from any other point of view, from any point of view, really. Yeah. Alright, okay.
This game that I gave
22nd.
12,000 hours of my life to and 6 years of enjoyment has taken away everything I once enjoyed about it. I just want the game I once loved to be good again. It has been in the past, and I desperately hope it will be in the future.
I don't get it. Wait,
Thanks for
so
watching.
no, explain this to me. Explain this to me. Explain it to me. So he's played for 6 years. He stopped at, what was it? Like end of Shadowbringers, right? And he brought up, correct me if this is wrong, like, he brought up like the really old shit. I guess he brought up stuff that he actually witnessed, but it would be so funny, and I don't know about this, but wouldn't it be so funny if he actually brought up stuff that he hadn't even witnessed? Like, that was like 1.0 around Reborn or whatever, because 6 years is not the entire runtime of the game, right? That is not the entire time. It's not Heaven's Sword, right? Shadowbringers, is it? I don't know. I don't know the exact timeline, but 12 more minutes. It's been a 5-hour react. Yeah, I'm definitely in control of everything. Time wasted enjoying yourself is not time wasted. Did he say time wasted?
Way everything systems is going to make a little more invested. Going down does not reach a point where there is no more challenge or interest in the game for them.
Yeah, you're such a good player, and there's no more challenge for you in the game. I get it.
This game that I gave 12,000 hours of my life to and 6 years of enjoyment has taken away everything I once enjoyed about it. I just want the game I once loved to be good again. It has been in the past, and I desperately hope it will be in the future.
Okay, so, but you deleted your character, so how would you even know? If you come back, you need to do a Realm Reborn again. Like, you hope it's going to be better in the future? For who? For everybody else? Users chat on the entirety of the player base, saying, oh, if you played a game like this, that sucks. If you played a game like this, that sucks. And you literally criticized everybody for playing the game the way they wanted. So why do you now pretend that you care? Because you deleted your character. You're not gonna see if the game is good or not. And if other people say it, then why do you care? Because you hate everybody. Huh? So this came out 10 days ago, and he played it for 6 years before that. What? 6 years ago was the start of Stormblood, yeah. Found a Reddit post where they removed cross jobs 6 years ago too. He would have had to been playing Final Fantasy as it was being removed by that timeline. Yeah, so, and then he's like talking about the last 6 years, and now he's saying that now it's like all bad, and he brings up stuff like, oh, the cross-class stuff was so good, right? How do you even know then? Like, how can you legitimately bring this up? That wasn't it. How can you legitimately bring this up when this is possibly not even something you have experienced? Sorry, just left the freaking voice channel. Sanj. It's crazy to me. I hated cross classes. I think everybody that has been here today has said that if they have experienced it, they hated it. What? Cross class was the biggest cancer on earth. Yeah, and it's like, why are you bringing this up? Are you sure you really want this? I'm highly questioning this. I'm highly questioning this because has he even experienced this to an extent where he could? But again, like apparently he's just saying things without any knowledge on anything is what it feels like. He played WoW, quit that to play Final Fantasy 14.
So
then
he's probably saying it for one reason.
Yeah. Rage bait.
Probably saying it because anyone who hasn't played this game before or anything like that will look at that and say, oh, they took away this feature because cross-class sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone who has actually played it knows that it was crap as a hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I can't...
Low points. He also talks about, like, takes away stat allocation.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was trash. But people who didn't play during that wouldn't know.
Yeah. Yep. 12k hours, I played 2k on my newly created NA alt. What do you mean? Yeah, huh? What? Oh, he left again. Wow, he left again. Wow. His last Final Fantasy 14 video is about what he's gonna play for Endwalker. However, he had a fallout with his static and deleted his character. What? He's still bitter about it? I mean, right, the video starts with this.
Hello, everyone. I was Lynx Kameli.
I was Lynx Kameli, and then the character just disappears,
Hello, everyone.
right?
I
There.
was Lynx Kameli.
It says level 80, you can see it.
I was Lynx Kameli.
I was Lynx Kameli. Here, you can see warrior level 80. They had Menfina as a goddess.
For the first time in recorded history.
So no, we're not watching this again. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is a perfect still image to stay on. When it started, his gear looked level 1. I mean, he has the old weapon, right? So.
Kameli.
Oh my god, help. Ah, stop doing it. Stop. Just let me look at it. There you go. It did look like level 1 gear, but I think this is just a glam choice. I think this is just a glam choice. Arthur's reacted to it. I know what I'm watching tomorrow. Yeah, I bet he was just shitting on the game the whole time in the static. Yeah, I said, shut the fuck up, dude, stop, and he got mad and rage quit. I still can't believe he actually deleted his character, dude. That is so sad. Like, just leave it. Just uninstall the game. Why are you deleting your character? Bruh. He's complaining about Endwalker when he only played Shadowbringers and then deleted his character. Yeah, right. Who the fuck wears a Realm Reborn gear? Oh, I've worn this. So I've worn this top, but it's like a different one. There's like one where it has chainmail at the arms I think for tank, and it's like purple, which I think looks really nice. But yeah, the shoes are not my taste. But I think this top actually looks really nice. Yeah, some of Realm Reborn looks good. Yeah. Some Realm Reborn gear looks good. His guardian's Menfina the lover, and then complains, talks about shit about our peers. Okay, so we can rewind a little bit to this because this upset me, and I didn't go into detail about this.
Spend that entire time crying because the pixels on the screen said a sad word.
So this upsets me because, as you know, I never cry and I hate crying people now. This upsets me because Shadowbringers was probably, like, it's hard to compare, and I think Endwalker is on the same level, but Shadowbringers has so many emotions for me that it is hard to put into perspective how much it means to me, because to me Shadowbringer's main story quest is not just Shadowbringer main story quest as it is. I think, first of all, we had the whole thing, we did that on stream, right? And we experienced all of that together, and it was amazing. And like the everything is like it's just really, really, it's amazing. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And I there's just so much emotion connected to it just from like streaming it for me, right? And then also Final Fantasy does this thing, in my opinion, and I think that obviously depends on your personal experience and your personal history. But I think for me personally, Final Fantasy 14 does a lot of like trauma talk, kind of, where they will talk a lot about topics that are generally applicable to various situations, right? And Final Fantasy 14 has a lot of games do this, obviously, but Final Fantasy 14 in particular has made it for me. They have managed to hit some points that are really like close to home, right? That just feel close to home much more than it does with other stuff. And Shadowbringers did this in an amazing way. I think Shadowbringers had a lot of like really amazing moments. I think Endwalker did this whole thing even more. A lot of the Hydaelyn arc, like, you know, Hydaelyn as a character, I think has a lot of very personal moments. And the whole story of you as the Warrior of Light, right? And your connection to Hydaelyn and your connection to the Ascians and all of that is so deeply emotional and intense, and it feels so real somehow, at least to me. Of course, you need to like immerse yourself in it, obviously, but it is so real to me that often it hits very, very hard in a way where you just sit there and you're like, you're kind of just speechless. And I fucking cried my ass off watching Toy Story 3. I fucking bawled replaying post Shadowbringers. Yeah. Not gonna tell me that people are weak for crying to pixels on screen. I mean, yeah, it's that whole thing, right? I think there's so much emotion, and then also not to like, it's not, you don't even have to be a streamer. It's not even about being a streamer. Just if you experience this with friends, for example, and or just other people in general, it is so much, there's so much value behind this. And all the lessons Final Fantasy 14 tells you, all it teaches you in its story, I think there is so many valuable lessons there, and there's so many nice things, and there's so much to just think about, and you know, just think about, right? And people not understanding this and people not respecting this is incredibly like toxic to me and sad, because and then he said, oh, I'm not gonna talk about the story because I'm a story skipper. Yeah, well, that fucking sucks, because the story is so good, and it is so important for so many people, and it is such a great experience, and there's so many emotions attached, and this girl isn't just crying, and like, I'm not just crying, and we're all not just crying because we're just weak for a stupid little weep game, right? That's stupid and has a cheesy story. It's because it legitimately touches people, and it has an impact on people, and it has an impact on the community, and people are going through this together, basically, and we're excited for this for a reason, and it's amazing. And then him saying, oh no, I don't talk about the story because I'm a story skipper, like, and then like talking shit about these people, it just makes me sad and upset, because how dare you? This is an emotional moment for her, right? And how dare you say that this is worth less than, you know, raiding and you, like, I don't know, pressing your buttons on the keyboard. This is a legitimate emotional experience. And it has been built up for so many years. And then him invalidating this, saying, oh no, we're just gonna talk about how I play warrior, but my class isn't complex enough for me. Huh? Like, what? Huh? You see the problem, right? Also, Zaki Lemek, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. There's nothing to get invested in this game. Skips all investment opportunities. I know, right? The story is literally a selling point. Yeah, you can't dismiss it. Final Fantasy XIV is built extremely around a big-ass story that's one of the best Final Fantasy XIV stories ever. Nah, dude, I play no story. Yeah, exactly. It's so ridiculous. How many here joined because they heard there was a good story and became amazing players? Exactly, right? I played for 3 years, started complaining about the community and how the game becoming... he played for 3 years, started complaining about the community and how the game becoming easier for 3 years and then finally quit. He just hates the game, I guess, yeah. Who watches Titanic for the story? I watch it for the cinematography. Oh my god. That's fair though, but yeah, I get your point, right? Like, you know. I know her, watched her stuff when learning Guild Wars 2. Oh, you mean her? I don't actually know her. Playing an RPG because I don't care for the story sounds like a real shit. Yeah. Yeah. I watched it for Leonardo. Aw, I story skip, but I watched story when Mio streams it. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I still cried about the Dragon Sister. Yeah, yeah. I think the hardest hitting thing recently for me was surprisingly, the Alliance raid. The end of the Alliance raid. I don't know what it was about it. I legitimately cannot tell you, but the Alliance raid story really, really got me. And I think it's just this personal connection that I really love about the game that makes you involved into the game in a way where it's like you are like, these are not just the gods anymore. These are not just the gods, and they're just like, you know, you can choose a guardian deity and then you're done and then it's never spoken about again. Now you actually have the connection of they're here, this is what they look like, right? This is who they are. And you know, and here you go, you get a message from all of them and all of that, right? And they tell you kind of who they are in the story and whatever, and you get to interact a little bit, and then you even get like, if depending on who is your guardian deity, you get to talk to them, and they have like a personal line. And then you have the whole last cutscene of it, and it's just something about that. It feels like you have a real connection to this, and you know, you're just intertwined, and it's about you, and they cherish you, and you're a child of, you know, you're basically a child of them, and humanity has kind of created them in a way, and or shaped them, and it's all like you have an impact, and it's just really cool, and it felt really emotional. And then, you know, the whole thing with that one guy changing his mind, that's all I'm gonna say, and the little monkey. Like, if you told me that a little monkey would make me fucking cry, like, come on, and like, I wouldn't believe you, but okay, I guess I would. It's Final Fantasy XIV, but it's crazy, right? And whether or not that touches you, I think the potential of it being so emotional and doing so much for you is definitely there. And if you're not into it, that's fine, but going out of your way to say, oh, this Catwoman plays the game for 4 hours a patch or whatever, and then goes back and, oh, she's crying about it, and then she goes back to not playing it. How dare you? Like, just fucking respect her and like how she goes about the game and how she enjoys the game. And you can joke a little bit about it, sure, like, we're always gonna joke about, oh, cutscene skippers, how dare you, right? And obviously we have our opinions on stuff, and we like some people more than we like others, and we like some actions more than we like others, and I don't like it when people skip the cutscenes and don't give a shit about the story, right? But it's like, I will legitimately, like, I will respect them, and I would give them my legitimate opinion and tell them I don't think it's great to skip the story because I really love the story, but I will respect someone else's decision, and I will say, well, if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's fine. I don't like it, and I'm gonna tell them I don't like it, and I'll joke around with them. I'll be like, oh, you cutscene skipper, right? And stuff like that. But I would never go out of my way to like, you know, make a video, put this clip in, and be like, you think the story is cool, and then bring up all these ridiculous points and be like, if you played a game like this and you care about the story, like you shouldn't be catered to. What he's essentially saying is you shouldn't be catered to because there's raiders, and I feel like the raiders aren't getting enough. So why do you feel entitled to getting your story or whatever? Like, huh? Her name is Loranity. She does lore videos and stuff. Oh, there she is. Nice. Thank you for the shout out. Also welcome in, Zaki. Even if I don't value the main story quest as highly as others, I feel the same way for other stories I've played experience. Wouldn't ever want to invalidate those emotions for others. Yeah, exactly, right? That's the point. It's like, why are you invalidating someone's experience? People are enjoying this game for different reasons. And if you legitimately criticize someone for playing the game they want, the way they want, then, like, you're just being hateful. Like, yeah, that's all there is to it. Yours was Talia. You didn't have it. Well. Who's touching me? The story. The devs with the story. Just about respect, exactly. Yeah, it's about respect and just, you know. Respect her for someone like him who posted nudes of women. I think that opinion is too gone for him. You have a point. You do have a point. It's, yeah. We should remember everyone can play the game however they like. Yeah, the issue crops up when they criticize stuff without getting the full picture. Yeah, and that irks me. Like, everyone's entitled to their opinion, obviously. Just be respectful of other people. But if you have an opinion that is literally based on false information or you missing information, and then you shit on other players additionally to that, and you're just, you know, you bring up these points that are just nothing burgers and everything. Hell yeah, I will go out of my way to call you out on it because it's just not fair to the people mentioned in this video, and not to speak of all the people at the start he took out of context, right? Apparently, and all of this. It's like, why? Why changes are done, why we get chill content. Yeah, God forbid having people be invested in the story. Yeah, how dare. Also, hi Amia Curie. Hello. Let me just read through chat. How do you do the shout out? It's a slash command, yeah. But I think VIPs can only do the exclamation mark command. Sometimes my brain can remember things, but then I also forget what I did 3 hours ago. Yep. It's her. I've been watching her Guild Wars 2 videos recently. The positive side of this is that he is the new Where Are the Eels guys? True. Where Are the Eels guy? Just do the mechanic and wait for it to resolve. The thing is, like, this is also a thing I don't want to do. This is obviously a very bad video, very bad take, but I also think it is unfair to completely like annihilate a person and, you know, just to like cancel someone for having bad takes. I think the problem, like something that definitely can't be tolerated in a way where it's actually, you know, like, I don't want to be associated with this and this is not okay, and they should be there should be like legal actions or whatever. It's the whole stuff about, you know, them like sharing the nudes of like girls or whatever, and like stuff like that is just awful. That's obviously a different issue, but with this, it's like, it's a bad opinion, and it's obviously an uninformed opinion, but I don't like it when people, you know, like, go out of their way to, like, hate on someone, and obviously insulting them, whatever, and all of this, and I think the whole cancel culture is very, very, very dangerous, and it's very, It's very toxic, where you can have one wrong opinion and immediately people will get to know you just for that opinion and will be horrible towards you. And I don't think that is okay either. So yeah, I'm sure like people know this here, and people are not like going to, you know, go out of their way to like hate on someone, and I never condone this. But you know, at the same time, obviously, we're gonna call out bullshit when we see it, and I think this is fair here. But yeah, I'm sure people here know, and they know better than to do that. But yeah, just I guess in case anyone needed a disclaimer. But yeah. Let's see. Even if he had valid points the moment he attacked other people's attitude, yeah, made all his speech into white noise. You can be critical without being rude. Yeah, that's the thing. You can have an opinion, and that opinion is, you're obviously, you know, you can have your opinion, and there is no right or wrong in an opinion, basically. But he kind of tried to also back it up with facts or other people saying things, but then didn't really. And it's like, well, you're not actually proving your points. You're just having an opinion, and you're saying this as a fact, and then you're also insulting people and disrespecting people, and that's just not how we do it. Like that is not how we have a discussion. That's not how we are constructive. This is destructive. This is destructive content. I don't know if it's rage, but I still don't know if he's actually serious. Right? Like, let the mechanic resolve. Stand still and let the mechanic resolve. Like, huh? This has to be a troll, right? Like, it can't be real. Like, huh? But, yeah. Also, hi, Lux. Hello, you cutie. I hope you're having an amazing day. Yes. But I need to go. We're gonna go now, okay? We're kind of done. I need to wrap this up. I might or might not have eaten today, so... So, yeah, I might have to take care of that. Let's see. Start Final Fantasy. Nice shout out to Zara. Thank you. I appreciate it. Started Final Fantasy 14 recently, so she's getting destroyed by the story. Nice. We love to see it. Sakae crying during whispers. It's true. The VOD is there. Something happened. Can't cancel someone who has something to cancel. In this case, I mean, cancel because dumbass natural selection. I mean, you have it set up so that the SO command is automatically an announcement. How do that? Huh? But it's, what? Do we have that set up? Oh, /announce at the start of the text field. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, so it's not a, okay, yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah, that's just /announce, yeah. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have a lot to cancel if his last stuff if he's not really uploading content. But even then, it's like, even if you had something to cancel, it's like the whole cancel culture is, I think it can be really dangerous, and I don't think it's always appropriate. Again, it depends on what people do, right? If they just have a shit take, like canceling someone's whole career that they basically get money from just because they make like a video where they have an opinion that's just not good and uninformed. Unfortunately, the internet has become a place, or has always been a place, where people will attack you, they will ruin your career for it. Instead of talking to you about it, because where would you talk about it? You'd have to do another video and stuff, right? And you have to like address everything, and you obviously can't talk to everyone that is like kind of dogpiling you. So, but then it's like you get all this negative commentary, and that can already fuck with you mentally. So yeah, I think there's a lot of there's a lot of dangerous stuff with that. And again, it depends on the situation. Yeah. He's serious. 3 years of videos proves it. I guess if all his stuff is like this. Yeah. 6 hours on a 15-minute video. We're breaking Zeem's record. How long did he take, huh? These thoughts he held for an entire expansion of Link probably indicates we, the 14 community, have lived rent-free in his mind, even though he unsubbed. Yeah, I guess. You fucking what, Sakae? Time to eat. Get food, streamer. Yeah. Alright. Uh-huh. Is there a way to make the shoutout command, like, also include the SO command so that you can see what the game they were playing and stuff like? Probably? I don't know. Maybe. I just work here. I don't know. Make a band side command? Wow. Rude. Jesus Christ. Also, why did you delete your message, Czar, huh? You didn't wanna... What? Huh? What? I'm so confused. Oh, you... Did D just... It was... Oh my god. Was D online, then he went offline, and then you had to, like... retract? Is that it? I'm gonna search for someone to raid, but we're going to have a final word on this. The video was stupid. I'm just gonna say that. The video was stupid. I still don't know if he's actually serious. The points are... It's so undercooked. This video should have been like 50 minutes instead of 15, right? And he, like, if there would have been any legitimate points, sources, like, actual, like, quotes from people, not disrespecting people like this, right? Back your stuff up. If you have an opinion and you think that the majority of the player base has the same problem as you and the same opinion, then back it up with the numbers, back it up with, like, with reports of other people. You have all these big streamers, like, he literally referred to Zepla and Xenos, right? And he didn't elaborate on it at all. And these people do insane content, right? They talk about this in insane length, right? They do reactions on stuff, and they have good opinions. They have a big community, and usually you would see in their chat or, in the reception that they get on their videos, if the community agrees. And these are big groups of people. So at least for what that counts, you can make the claim that your claim is backed up, and that, you have a source to say that, hey, a lot of people are actually complaining about this. And he brought up Reddit. So then, okay, you're bringing up Reddit. Then let me see what the comments said underneath this. Let me see, like, what people are saying. Let me see all of it, right? And don't just, like, put a headline there and then be done with it. That is not how we do it. That is not how we actually, back up our statements. And it's really sad to see, but anyway, oh god, let me just I'm gonna just mute this. So yeah, I think this video was a lot of nothing, a lot of, like, it was just, there was not even, like, the points didn't make sense. He contradicted himself. Yeah, there was a lot where I'm not even sure he knows what he's talking about, like the Realm Reborn thing with the cross class. Like, huh? Like, what? It's so painful. It's so painful to even think about this, because there could have been many good points made, and they weren't. And it's sad, because again, constructive criticism is so important, and there is some things to be said. I think I said some things while we were, like, going over this. I said some things, and you guys said some, legitimate criticism that you had for the game, and obviously, sometimes we have different opinions. We can talk about it, and that's great. And, we can say our sides, and we can say what we think is good and what's bad, and and we can be respectful of each other, and that's a great discussion to have, and I think it's important to have these discussions. But yeah, unfortunately that was not the case here. But anyway, I'm gonna send you over to Noah, who is doing a first playthrough. We've rated this person very... Oh, that's a shout out. That's not... That's not the thing. Don't... shout out goes. Shout out works. But I'm gonna just do this, and then just this. Is this the command? Nope, that's not the command either. Do I know how to? Dude, I'm hungry. Is this the thing? I did it! Oh my god, I'm actually crazy. I'm actually insane at this. Like, oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, that was it. He's going through main story quest, actually, and he has been enjoying it, I think. I think he has been enjoying it. Oh, but he's fishing right now. Never mind. He's fishing right now. Never mind. We're good. It's fine. We don't. It's fishing is technically main story quest, right? I don't know what else they're doing, but he's a very wholesome being, and we rated him, and he had really good vibes. So I'm gonna just send you over there again, and we can ask him what his opinion on the main story quest is. But yeah. I think this was good. I think we took the best out of this. I don't know. Thank you very much for doing racked content with me. We might do more when it comes up again. You know, there's always going to be new things happening and new drama. Obviously, we're all humans, right? Only 6 hours. Yeah, it was like just a quick one, right? Like 2 hours, and now it's 10:30 p.m. Well, anyway, it was fun though, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna have more T prog, so worse than Asmon. Oh, no you. But yes, we're gonna have more T prog, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Thank you for hanging out, and stay hydrated. Bye bye.